Welcome back, this is Goku Sun DBZ, and welcome back to Video Game News. Unfortunately, this is my second attempt. The first one, I guess the music I chose, got a copyright issue, so YouTube denied the upload. So that sucks, so I'm re-recording game news. So with that said, this is Video Game News for 8/24/2020. So with that said, first up we have the continuing drama that is Epic Games versus, in this corner, Apple. The most overrated brand, I might add. But whatever. Things just keep heating up in this case. We have also the fact that Apple is refusing to do xCloud, of course, on their stuff, so they already have done it to Microsoft, and Microsoft is now backing up and supporting Epic Game Store, and so has Sony come out in support of Epic. So Epic is getting the backing by Microsoft and Sony now. Nintendo, on the other hand, is refusing to make a comment one way or the other. That's smart on Nintendo's part to stay out of it. I give you points. Being smart. But yeah, also, Apple asked a judge back on this past Friday to block Epic's request for a temporary restraining order that would allow Epic to bring Fortnite back to the App Store on its own terms. We'll see how things go for now. From things I'm hearing, apparently Epic has already started working things out with Google on their end for the Android devices and stuff to bring back Fortnite. I'm not surprised because Google realized there's a lot of money to be made there from Fortnite players. But I guess Apple doesn't give a crap about customers, which is probably why there's a growing group of people now boycotting all Apple products that in support of Epic. So, yeah, things are just getting crazy. Next up, we have Phil Spencer announce and says Xbox is focused on bringing more third parties to Game Pass. Not surprised, and it's always good to hear from Phil Spencer personally. I think he's pretty cool, and he's definitely a good individual. He's like the Reggie of when Reggie was with Nintendo of America. Very much so, Phil Spencer is that for Microsoft. But I found that interesting that they want to bring more third-party support to Game Pass. It makes sense, though, to be fair. Hitman 3 has been announced to be a timed exclusive to the Epic Store on PC. No surprise, Epic has been doing a good job getting exclusive for timed exclusives, because Steam just doesn't care. Also, we have the fact back on 8/16 or whatever, we had the release on PC for Flight Simulator from, of course, Microsoft. Also, we saw Battletoads got released back on the 20th. For PC and Xbox One. So console-wise, it is exclusively Xbox. Also, you have on the 21st, Samurai Jack Battle Through Time was released. It was released for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Also, you have a new Super Lucky's Tale, which of course was originally released on the Xbox One. Was a console exclusive, and it's a good game. It's a good platformer. It's probably the closest thing you're gonna get modern day, family friendly wise, close to Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's what it reminds me of gameplay aspect wise, and even some of the animation style and stuff. You can tell it was heavily influenced by Rare. But Super Lucky's Tale came out on PS4. So, for PS4 owners, if you're curious about the game, it is a really solid 3D platformer game. If you like those type of games, I highly recommend checking out Super Lucky's Tale. Also, you have PGA 2K21 came out. It came out for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Also, announcement of new games coming to Game Pass from basically now till towards the end of like October. So these are some of the new games you can look forward to coming to Xbox Game Pass. The new Battletoads game, as mentioned, interesting looking game called Crossing Souls, Darksiders Genesis, Don't Starve, new Super Lucky's Tale, Tell Me Why Chapter 1, also Wasteland 3, which is going to be, I think, a interesting launch game, more of a tactical game. It does look interesting to me. Resident Evil 7 is being added to Game Pass, so if you're a big RE fan, or survival horror in general, that's a game to look forward to on Game Pass, if you don't already have it. Also, Crusader Knights 3, which looks like an interesting game. Coming out September the 18th is, of course, Crysis Remastered, which I am looking forward to it. I never got to play the original Crysis, so I'm very curious about the game remastered to see how it plays overall. Hopefully, of course, it runs at 60 frames, which it should since it was a past-gen game being remastered. Also, you have Fall Guys, which is now over 9 million registered players on the game. I don't get it. I've seen the gameplay and stuff. It looks dumb to me. It makes no sense. And yeah, the mobile version is gonna be apparently done by a Chinese company, which worries me because of personal data theft and stuff a lot of Chinese companies are involved in, and other stuff like that. But also the fact the mobile version is going to have, of course, has tons of microtransactions. I don't get the game. It doesn't appeal to me. Just like Fortnite doesn't appeal to me. Just not my cup of tea, as the saying goes. But to each their own. If you like Fall Guys, be my guest. But it gets me as more of a casual gamer type game than somebody who is hardcore into old school games. But whatever. It is free on PS Plus, so I'm not surprised there's a lot of people playing it. But next you have a great game, Mortal Shell, which is very much a indie developed, basically, version of Dark Souls. Though it's going to have some it has interesting mechanics that are not in Dark Souls. But it really appeals to me. It's $29.99, brand new. Of course, just came out. It was released for a PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Also, some other interesting games released. The Short Hike, which is exclusively on Nintendo Switch, and you can tell it was heavily influenced by Animal Crossing. Based on the design of the characters, now the game is very good price. The normal price for it is $7.99. Right now it's $7.19, 80 cents off. So even the normal price, $8, that's a really good deal. And it's an indie game. An interesting looking game I might get eventually. You also have Evergate, which was released exclusively on the Switch. It was part of the indie thing last week. It looks interesting. I'm curious about it. Also, you have Pathfinder Kingmaker. It looks interesting. It was released for PS4 and Xbox One. You have also, I believe it's Raji, I'm not sure how properly you pronounce it, R-A-J-I, an ancient epic, released exclusively on the Switch. Now, this is a game I personally picked up. It's on sale right now. Normal price is $24.99 on the eShop. It's right now on sale for $22.49, so you get for $2.50 off, or 10% off. That's a really good deal in my opinion. And it's a solid looking 3D platformer type game with puzzle solving. You can tell specific games really influence it, but what's cool is it's based on Hindu mythology, which is awesome. The fact you're going to have like Hindu gods in it. That intrigues me as somebody who has spent about 15 years of my life studying different religions, doing religious or theology studies. And I love the research and learning of different mythologies, religions. I just find it fascinating. And this is the first time I can think of a video game really covering mythology from Hinduism. So I'm very intrigued, and I can't wait to play the game. Now, if you are interested, it's about 6 gigabytes in size-wise, so it will take up a little bit of data or memory on your Switch. So just a heads up, if you're at all interested, which I say it is more than worth it. Also, you have, I believe it's Spiritfire or whatever. Now, it was released on 5 platforms. It's an awesome looking game. It's $29.99. I'm going to wait for it to go on sale and pick it up, but I'm definitely interested in it. It got released on the PS4, PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and even Google Stadia. It's the only one of the games that got released on Stadia as well. Now, I myself will probably pick it up on the Switch just because it gets me as a perfect game to play on the go. That's the thing, I love the Switch for its variety of indie games. And the fact indie games are far cheaper, and plus I like supporting indie developers, because you tend to find more original, interesting content from indie games than AAA. Also, you have Rogue Legacy 2, exclusively for PC. Minecraft DLC being released, Jurassic World DLC for Minecraft. So for Minecraft players like myself out there, something to look up at. Also announced, Untitled Goose Game has apparently local co-op play available. I'm going to be curious to see if it's going to be all platforms or just like Switch and stuff. We'll see, but I haven't tried an Untitled Goose Game yet. I need to pick it up. Eventually, when it goes on sale, I will. But the co-op actually really intrigues me. I'm curious. Also, we have Deathloop was delayed until 2021. Not surprised. A lot of games have been getting delayed. No surprise with everything involving COVID this year. Also, you have Dreamscape. It is a cool-looking new indie game. It just hit early access for PC gamers, so check it out. Also announcement, Mortal Shell is getting a physical release, which is cool since only a handful of indie games get actual physical releases. It's called Mortal Shell, and that's why I'm waiting for it. The physical release is going to be around mid-October. If you're all interested, it's going to be getting released physical, surprisingly PC, Xbox One, and of course PS4. All the platforms it's already on. Last bit of info. Also, Metacritic game scores recently announced some recent games. For PC, Flight Simulator has a 92% among critics and a 7.0 or 7 out of 10 among users. And that's for PC, of course. Next, you have Mortal Shell. For PC, it got a 77% critic score, 6.8 user score. For Xbox One, it got a 72% critic, 6.4 on user. PS4 got a 76% among critic and a 6.6 among user. Battletoads on PC got a 72% critic and a 6.2 user score. Same critic score for Xbox One, but user score was 4.9. So not great. PGA Tour 2K21, PC score 77% among critics. Xbox One got 76% and PS4 got 77%. And no user scores yet. Also, quick piece of news, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, aka Sorcerer's Stone, Thanks to being re-released in theaters in China and places, it has officially joined the Billion Dollar Club. It is the newest addition to the Billion Dollar Club, so congratulations to Harry Potter Year 1. Congratulations, Mr. Potter. As a fan of Harry Potter myself, I'm happy about that. Of course, Batman news. We got seen at the DC fandom. We got announcement trailers of 2 new DC video games. The first one is about the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad Kills Justice League is what it's called. It looks interesting, but it's not scheduled for release until 2022. A long ways off. It looks like we're going to have possibly an evil Superman and stuff. Enters a crash like head ship and stuff for Brainiac as well. Kind of curious about all this, how it's going to play out. Definitely like the design of King Shark. Also, Gotham Knights, which looks awesome. And I'm thrilled. It's supposedly Batman's dead. It looks interesting. You'll be able to play with like 4 different characters. Batgirl, Red Hood. It looks like Damian Wayne, Robin, and of course my personal favorite, Nightwing, which I'm thrilled about the game. It's scheduled for release in 2021. And the main villains, though it shows like, it looks like there's going to be a boss battle with Mr. Freeze, which looks cool. But biggest yet is the main villains are going to be the Court of Owls, which is a big deal. If you don't know much about Court of Owls, check out from a couple years back some of the Nightwing comics. Really dealt in deep with the story of the Court of Owls. Or if you're curious in live action wise, check out Gotham Season 3, which involved the Court of Owls in Season 3. Really good. I personally thought it was great, and I liked the way Gotham handled the Court of Owls. It was really well done. But anyways, that's it for video game news. Hopefully I don't have an issue this time uploading my second attempt on game news. But as always, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.